Hello, everybody. My name is Joanne Shearer Parkin, registered dietitian nutritionist and an Elite Pro 7 LifeVantage distributor. So thank you all for joining me today as I talk about ProBio with immune support from LifeVantage. And so today I'm going to give you a really good overview and introduction about the science of probiotics, specifically talking about why I think ProBio with immune support by LifeVantage is the best probiotic on the market, and why I'm so passionate about this. Let's start with some definitions. What exactly is a probiotic? A probiotic is live microorganisms, that's bacteria and yeasts, that when given in very specific amounts provide a health benefit. So not all bacteria out there that you might consume on the healthy side are actually probiotics. Prebiotics are a food source for the healthy gut bacteria. Prebiotics are undigestible fibers. These are fibers that pass through the intestinal tract undigested. And you might say, well, that's okay, I guess we need fiber. But then one of the most important functions of that fiber is that it's a food source and helps your healthy gut bacteria repopulate and colonize in your intestinal tract. The microbiome is the sum of bacteria, viruses, and yeast in the gut. We have more DNA in our gut than we have in the rest of our body. How amazing is that? The research in the area of our microbiome, or I call it the healthy gut microflora, the research in this area is exploding. There's a whole new body of science that's developing around the gut microflora. And what researchers are going to be doing, and someday when you go to your doctor, they will be giving you specific strains of probiotic bacteria to help to treat specific diseases. That's really where this is going. It's really very exciting, right? Instead of taking a pharmaceutical pill that could have tremendous and horrible side effects, just think about just taking a healthy gut bacteria, and that's going to treat your condition. Isn't that exciting? So what is the current state of the health of the gut in the United States? Well, it's not good. 70 million Americans suffer from digestive diseases, and it's costing us a lot of money. I mean, look at that, $100 billion in medical bills are spent every year because our gut is, generally in the United States, we have unhealthy guts. And that is the reason why there's such a high cost in the medical world with the unhealthy gut is because 60 to 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. So if you want to be healthy and have a good healthy immune system, you need a healthy gut. So what are the enemies of your healthy gut? Antibiotics for sure, because they kill off not just the bad bacteria, but all the good ones too, right? All the good guys. Birth controls and prescription drugs, processed foods, sugar, which just fuels yeast, right? Horrible. Those of us or anybody that's been born by C-section isn't going to have the same level of good, healthy bacteria in their gut as those that have been born vaginally. Stress and food sensitivities also can raise havoc with your gut. There's so many benefits of probiotics, and I went into the research and I was researching this, and I was looking at PubMed.gov, which is the government website, National Institutes of Health website, and a database of all the peer-reviewed scientific research. And when I typed in probiotics, I got 20,000 research articles. Now, way back when, 20 years ago, when I started taking probiotics and reading about the benefits of probiotics, we were basically just kind of focusing on probiotics as helping to reduce antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Well, that is only one of dozens, maybe even hundreds of health benefits of probiotics, okay? So I'm going to just review what some of those are. Let's look at intestinal benefits, bowel regularity, and healthy intestinal barrier helps to protect your intestinal tract so that the bad stuff doesn't leak across. That's called leaky gut. And when toxins and intact proteins leak across your gut, they can cause a systemic inflammatory response. So you can get inflammation anywhere in your body that's related to a leaky gut. So number 3 is on there, reduce in gut inflammation, right? Another benefit is that probiotics can suppress a really bad bacteria called H. pylori that leads to stomach ulcers, can kind of calm down irritable bowel, can help alleviate lactose intolerance and also reduce travelers and antibiotic-associated diarrhea. And then some of the other benefits are enhanced immune function, can help decrease allergies and asthma, reduce risk of colorectal cancer. Probiotics help to break down vitamins. 20% of the T4 thyroid hormone, 20% of that is converted to T3, the active form of the thyroid hormone in your gut. Probiotics can help to suppress yeast infections, improve brain function in Alzheimer's disease. How about that? Isn't that exciting, right? Think about how you can help to prevent Alzheimer's disease by having a healthy gut. Pretty amazing. And also enhances the gut-brain communication. We're going to be talking more about that, especially specifically as it relates to weight control. Our ProBio with immune support from LifeVantage is a part of our physique weight management system. Our physique weight management system. The first goal is the healthy gut. So there are two products in that system, the cleanse and the physique ProBio. So we start with our weight management products with the concept that we want to get your gut healthy and working first, right? That's so critically important, as you're going to learn as I go along, why we need a healthy gut to help us with weight management and how probiotics can play a role, but just not any ProBio. And you're going to find out why, because right now, many of you are probably taking a probiotic, but I can tell you that you're not really getting the benefit from it. And that is why, and the main reason why is because ProBio with immune support from LifeVantage has something called BioTrack control release technology that's built into the pill. They're these little round pills. And the healthy bacteria are encapsulated in that pill. And they're protected. And that's important because without this BioTrack controlled release technology, without it, only 4% of the probiotic bacteria will survive the stomach acid. The stomach acid is going to kill it off. So when you go to your health food store, and even if you buy it out of the refrigerated section and you bring it home, and when you take that pill, chances are only about 4% are going to survive because the stomach acid is just going to destroy them. However, if you take ProBio with immune support from LifeVantage, with that BioTrack control release technology, 60% will survive. That's huge. Wow, what a difference, right? So all those years I've been taking probiotics, guess what? Not sure it was giving me much benefit, right? I'm sure I was getting some, at least 4% were surviving. That's something, right? But just think of the greater benefit for me and for all of you when you take the ProBio from LifeVantage. An added ingredient in ProBio from LifeVantage is Wellmune beta-glucans. And these beta-glucans, they boost the immune system without overstimulation. And I'm going to get into that a little more in the next couple slides. But first, I want to go back and talk about the ProBio bacterial strains that are in that pill. There are 6 of them, and 6 billion colony-forming units of these particular 6 strains, and you can read on the screen all of the various health benefits. Each specific strain of probiotic bacteria have very specific health benefits. That's why you want to take a kind of a blend of strains. So if you look at your probiotic bacteria, or your probiotic that you have on your shelf now, and it only has 1 strain of bacteria in it, that's just limited benefit to whatever that particular strain of bacteria provides, right? These 6 were chosen because these have an enormous amount of research for general health and general health benefits in general, like for your healthy gut, and to reduce colds and flus and infections and all of that. So that's why these were chosen. A little bit more about Wellmune. Like I said, Wellmune is an added ingredient to our probiotic. Wellmune was developed by another biotech company, and they spent about $300 million in research in developing this ingredient. Well, what is it? It's a patented form of a beta-glucan that's been extracted from yeast. No, there's no yeast in this product, right? You don't have to worry about that. There is not any yeast. It's extracted from the yeast, and so it's not a concern. What Wellmune does, it makes the immune system smarter, and it primes and arms the white blood cells, so they're ready to go into action. So if an invader comes in, like a flu bug or something like that comes in, then your immune system is on it, right? It's ready to go, and it's safe for anyone at any age. Wellmune is also a prebiotic fiber. Remember I talked about the prebiotics, right? It's not digested in your intestinal tract, but plays an important function. The prebiotic fiber helps to repopulate the healthy gut bacteria because they munch on the fibers, and that's food for them, and they grow like crazy, right? What you want to do next is that you want to go to wellmune.com, and you want to type that into your search bar and in your web browser, and you want to go read all this research. It's amazing, amazing the health benefits of this particular ingredient. Reducing respiratory infections, cold and flu symptoms, allergy symptoms, and even improves mood, state, and stress. Now, how does probiotics, how do they help with weight control? Well, this is a really fascinating study. That was published on a specific strain of probiotic bacteria called L. reuteri. Now, this is not currently in our probiotic, but I hope someday we will have it in there. And the reason I'm showing you this because it just kind of gives you an idea of where the research is going with probiotics. So let's start over here on the left. These are mice that have been fed controlled chow and then fast food chow. And of course, let's start over here on the left. Let's start with controlled. The mice fed the regular diet. You might say the regular diet, right, of the mice. And you can see what their weight was on the regular diet. But then when they added this specific strain of bacteria called L. reuteri to the feed, the feed of the mice, you can see they didn't gain as much weight. Do you see the difference there? Over here, let's look at the third mouse. That's a mouse that's been fed a fast food chow, and look at how obese that mice became. But look what happened when they fed the same mouse, fed them fast food chow with L. reuteri. They didn't get as obese. So why do you think that was happening? Isn't that fascinating? Totally fascinating. Why is that? That's because probiotics can help with hunger control. Probiotics plus the prebiotics. Important role in controlling your hunger. So how does that work? How does that really work? Well, we talked about the gut-brain axis and how the gut communicates with your brain and tells you when you're full. Well, there's another aspect of that, and that is that it helps with the hunger control in another way. And that is when the healthy gut bacteria feed on the prebiotic fibers. Well, one of them is called fructo-oligosaccharides. Say that fast 3 times, fructo-oligosaccharides. When they feed on those prebiotic fibers, short-chain fatty acids are produced. And this is gut fuel. This is good fuel for that gut. That large intestine loves those short-chain fatty acids. And by the way, you need to get the probiotics along with the prebiotics down into the large intestine in order for this process to work. And do you now understand why BioTrack control release technology is absolutely essential in order for this process to happen? Because the BioTrack control release technology delivers those healthy gut bacteria into the small and large intestine over 12 hours, and that's where you need those healthy gut bacteria. That's where they really work, is in the large bowel. And if you don't have BioTrack, you're probably never going to get there, okay? So how does this process really work? Okay, gut bacteria feed on the prebiotic fibers. That produces short-chain fatty acids. Those short-chain fatty acids then trigger your body to release anti-hunger hormones called leptin and peptide YY. Leptin is a satiety hormone, tells you when you're full, and then the other one is an appetite control hormone. Oh, another benefit is that it reduces gut inflammation as well. Wow. So this is another good reason why we all want to take ProBio with Wellmune, right? So you might be asking, why can't I just eat yogurt, right? Get my probiotic that way. Well, you already learned that if you don't have that biotract control release technology, only 4% are going to survive, right? The stomach acid. And so it's very minimal, if any, benefit in terms of a probiotic benefit from eating yogurt. And there's really not enough bacteria in there to really provide much benefit. A little more about prebiotics, because we talked about how Wellmune, that's already in our ProBio, is that's a prebiotic. There's another prebiotic fiber called the fructo-oligosaccharides that's added to our cleanse products. So for those of you that are starting on the weight management system, there's 4 products in that weight management system. If you're starting on the weight management system, the first week of that system, you're going to want to take the cleanse before you add the other products. And why is that? Well, first of all, you want to get your gut working, and you want to kind of clean the gut and cleanse the gut. And then also the prebiotic fibers, you can get those into your gut, right? Get those in there. So then when you take the probiotic, then those healthy gut bacteria will have something to munch on, right? And populate. There are also many foods also that are high in prebiotics. And you see the 4th at the bottom there. We eat plenty of those, Jim and I do, but we add berries and bananas and flax seeds to our physique shake in the morning. So that way we're getting our high protein, we're getting that great protein from the physique shake along with prebiotic fibers, right? It's a great plan. So I'm going to end with this slide because I have had reports, and many of you probably maybe have experienced, some of you have experienced this, is when you started on our ProBio, that you kind of had a little rumbling in the gut, right? You might have had some diarrhea, maybe some gas, bloating, constipation, cramping. Well, all of that would actually be somewhat expected, because when you take ProBio with Wellmune, remember, you're getting a lot of healthy gut bacteria into your intestinal tract that maybe you didn't have before. And what they're going to do is they're going to start killing off and fighting off the bad guys. And so really, there's literally a war going on in your gut, okay? And so when that happens, you could get this range of symptoms. Actually, if you get those symptoms, it actually means the probiotic is working. So don't get discouraged. The dosage is 3 pills a day. Those 3 of those little round pills. And so what you'll do is that you'll cut back to 1 pill a day, do that for a week. Next week, 2, third week, 3 pills. So try that out, and that should really help alleviate any concerns. So with that, I'm going to end with this slide, and I want to thank you all for joining me on my webinar. And if you're also listening to this recording, I want you to get back to the person who invited you to watch this webinar and get your questions answered and ask them, how do I get started with the ProBio by Wellmune, by LifeVantage. It's been a long day. Okay, everybody, have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.